I have found that hate rears its head in the craziest of places. So, you cannot be unfamiliar with the newest phenomenon that's taken over TikTok, which is cooking with Kya, cooking with Kya. And then she, twerks for like 2 seconds. The amount of women that have come for her head is amazing. But why? Why are they angry that so many men, but not only men, women, are watching her videos? She's went viral in no time at all. It's because they're threatened by their men looking at Kya cooking, or is it something else? Let's talk about passion for a little bit. Hello, Governor. This is Rakai Steed, Noob from the Ville, and I'm here to talk about a wonderful feel-good movie from 2014 called Chef. Now, I'm not going to do a long recap. I'm going to very short, very to the point. But if you want to see our entire reaction, Centel and I watched this on his channel, so go into the description and watch our reaction. Chef is a movie by Jon Favreau. I believe he wrote and directed this and starred in it. He is a celebrity chef, but over the years he's been working exclusively at this restaurant. So in his head, he's still a big time, he's a big deal. But the restaurant has been doing so well that the owner of the restaurant kind of pressured him into, no, we just cook the favorites, we cook what everybody wants, what keeps the restaurant full. And the chef kind of lost his passion. It went from being works of art and creativity and a passion to being a job. Anyway, they have a big critic coming through. The critic eviscerates him, in a review. He gets upset. Now, he's not really savvy to social media, so he gets upset. He says some things on social media that he absolutely should not say. But he did it anyway. So he challenges the critic to come back. And he gets his mojo back and he's cooking. He's like, yeah, I'm going to knock it out the park with this. But the owner and the chef get into it. And the owner's like, I don't care about none of that. I care about the restaurant staying full. I care about the bottom line. So the chef quits. And the rest of the movie is really about him rediscovering himself, rediscovering his passion. He had this passion for cooking. Like there's a couple scenes, there's a scene of him cooking a grilled cheese sandwich for his son, because he and his son are sort of estranged because he spends all of his time at work at the restaurant, and his son just wants to spend time with him, wants to be with him, and he is focused on work because it's no longer really a labor of love, it's a job, and he treats it as such. He has gotten divorced from his son's mother, who is Sofia Vergara. Chef's kiss. You know what I'm talking about. But she is very well-to-do because her ex-husband before the chef, he was rich. He's a developer, realtor, something like that. He's rich. So, huge alimony settlement or whatever. She's rich. So she's an event planner. But she really wants the chef to spend time with his son. So she goes to visit her father, who's a Cuban musician in Miami. She takes the chef with them to spend some time with his son while he's off work. And during this road trip, he rediscovers himself. He rediscovers his passion. He discovers, but discovers the connection that he has to his son. And Jonleguizamo is his you know, his line chef, his sous chef that comes in and basically his assistant chef, but he makes a world of difference. He, of course, Jon Leguizamo is going to keep all the funny, but it's a very heartfelt, it's a very touching movie. Not so much that, your eyes just start sweating for no reason. You're like, who is cutting onions? None of that. But fantastic, heartfelt movie. You know that I love my quotes. You know that I love my quotes. And one that I found that fits this very, very well is from Mark Twain. Yes, that Mark Twain, American author, amongst other things. We're not going to get into that here. That's a different day. But he says the two most important days is the day that you're born and the day that you find out why. Now, you may be like, I don't get it. But finding out the why is about finding your purpose, finding your passion. When we're on the Discord, several of the people on the Discord have suggested that maybe for a live one day, I should do a "this is who I am" kind of post. As you can tell, I like to tell stories, and I've had a long and very interesting life, and it's full of a lot of stories. And maybe I will do that. Maybe we will take some time, and maybe I will set aside some time to kind of give you some backstory on who I am and how I ended up being a content creator, because I never guessed that I would do this. When I was in school, they used to ask the other kids, what do you want to do when you grow up, little Johnny? I want to be a fireman. I want to be a police officer. I want to be an astronaut. Rakai, what do you want to be? Rich and famous? Now, of course, rich, just because money, you can get things, and I wanted toys. I'm a man who likes cars, who likes technology, and to get nice cars and technology, I need money. So it wasn't really about the greed of just, walking around with a duffel bag full of money or whatever it is that the rappers do these days, some dumb shit. I just wanted things. I love certain stuff. Not a bunch of material bullshit. I don't care about designer clothes or any of that. I probably would have had a stupid shoe collection, but beyond that, famous. I enjoyed acting. I like acting. I like being on stage. I like the arts. I like being creative. And when I came out of my last career and I started doing more podcasts, and after I rolled off of our radio show that we had for a few years, I found that I liked being in that space because it was very similar to being on stage, being in movies, in commercials, and a few TV shows I've done. So being a content creator, I get to be my own boss. I get to say what I want to say, talk about what I want to talk about, and it's actually rewarding, cathartic. It can be very therapeutic. Can be. There have been a few times where people have been in the comments coming from my head, and listen, I'm not weak. I'm built for this, so it's whatever. But I think it's all about finding your passion. And I remember I was an accountant for a while, and I left accounting because I had 2 bleeding ulcers. I was killing myself slowly at a job I didn't want to do. I liked my paychecks. That's it. I was a very young man with no wife, no kids. I was engaged, or I had a girlfriend at the time, but I didn't have any real responsibilities. And I made a stupid amount of money. I liked that. But the job was killing me. So just by happenstance, I ended up getting in teaching, which flipped the script because now I got to be creative. I got to be entertaining, educational. I got to tell stories because I taught social studies and math. But my paychecks were killing me. Because I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? It's not enough. So it's hard sometimes to put those two things together to find your passion. We lament and we talk about it all the time. How could a professional basketball player, a football player, an actor, entertainer, or a singer, how could they not want to record music all the time? How could they not want to, just play ball and do something? Because once it becomes a job, it's no longer your passion. Because now not only are you paying the bills for your house or taking care of your family, now you're taking care of your parents and your cousins and everybody else. You got a staff of people that work for you and they got to build out your brand. It's a job. Everything you say in the media will be held against you, not in the court of law, in the court of public opinion. It's a job. And every time you leave your house, and even sometimes with those long telescopic, those lenses that they put on the cameras, they see all up in your house. You better get some good blinds, or blackout blinds or something. Because everything you do and say, you will be scrutinized over. And when you put yourself out there in the public eye, sometimes that's what comes with it. This little girl, and I say little girl because I'm vintage and she's young, bless her heart, she loves to cook. And she's found a cute little hook. Cooking with Kya, cooking with Kya. And see, I'm like the fluffy version. Cooking with Kya, cooking with Kya.
Now, let him cook!
But see, when she's cooking, she's actually cooking food. And her food looks delicious. See, a lot of people get hung up over the 2 seconds. She'll make a 5-minute video and there'll be 3 seconds of twerking at the beginning. But they don't say anything about the food that she makes, and the food looks scrumptious, delicioso. Now, my ex-wife was a hell of a cook. She was a good cook. Mac and cheese, so for real, mama, hold your face here. Smack your mama type. But what people miss is that, and she's explained it several times, but nobody listens to the words she say. People hung up on her twerking or they hung up on the food, is that she's had some people in her family pass away and she rediscovered passion and a way to find a way out of grief through cooking. And her food looks very good. I can say for myself that when I got into teaching, I became complacent and I spent a few years in the classroom enjoying what I did, enjoying the kids. The kids kept me young. But I wasn't making any money. I was struggling. I was drowning. Wife, kids, and I didn't realize what depression looked like. I didn't realize that I was in a bad place. But part of that was that I had lost my passion. And when things like that happen, it has an effect on the rest of your life. It definitely affected my marriage. It affected my friendships with people. It affected a lot of things because I didn't have a passion. I didn't have that outlet. That is what watching this movie Chef reminded me of. Is doing this for you on YouTube my passion? I don't know if it's my passion, but I am enjoying the hell out of myself. Getting the chance to be creative, getting a chance to say what the hell I want to say, when I want to say it, how I want to say it, is wonderful. This is a movie I suggest. I suggest that you find your passion. And I don't know if that's just you. Do a little bit of self-reflection and find out what it is that you actually even like. I ask my kids that all the time, and it bothers me that they can't answer. But on the other hand, when I was their age, I understand too. I don't know if I could really answer. Figure out what are your core values, your strengths, what are your interests. And then get out there and try some shit. Touch some grass. Figure out what lights a fire under that ass. Try some different activities. Get out of your comfort zone. I know it's easier said than done, and some of it takes money. I might be the world's best snowboarder. Screw you, Shaun White. But that takes me getting out there and putting my fluffy ass on the slopes and snowboarding. Who knows? You could be absolutely great, wonderful at something you never tried. And maybe it's because you're afraid or just because you've never had the opportunity. I think that we're all great at something. You just have to figure out what that is. Remember, 2 days. The day you were born and the day you find out why. This is Rakai Steve, Noob from the Ville. Make sure that you like, comment, share. Share this as much as possible. And if you have not subscribed, I really don't know what you're doing, but hit the button, subscribe, watch all my videos. I comment, I talk, I do these media therapy deep dives on a bunch of different things. A lot of Doctor Who, but a lot of different movies and TV series. So check me out. Whatever you do, it's got to be about this. It's got to be about this.